and try to get some easy ones on offense, because, Tracy, no team that has played Oklahoma so far this year has even managed to shoot 30%. So it's going to be a tough climb for the Shockers.
Yes, it is. And the Shockers are going to have to play great on both ends of the floor, and they can't have lapses on either end or it could get out of hand.
Taylor Jamison, one of the heroes in Wichita's Saturday win against St. Thomas, distributes, and immediately Wichita State turns it over. Dead ball turnover, certainly better than live against number 9 ranked Oklahoma, fresh off a 122-56 win over Western Carolina. And a three is good by Payton Verhulst, who made her OU debut against Wichita State last year, scored 16 down in Norman.
She can shoot it. Very versatile player. Long, can put it on the floor, has excellent shooting touch with range.
Celeste Blow handling it for Wichita State. OU did not shoot it well at all from three-point range in their first 2 games, and then found it against Western Carolina. They made 10 triples. Jamison into the keyhole, rims it out. Rebound by the preseason All-American Raegan Beers.
That was a great read by Jamison. Nice pull-up jump shot, just couldn't quite get it down.
Good overplay by Jayla Murray, but Nevaeh Tot will trigger it in for OU and immediately turns it away. A rare mistake by Tot, and all the way down Broadway is Raegan White with her first 2. Raegan White had 3 points and 10 rebounds against St. Thomas in their most recent game. Raegan Beers draws a lot of attention, and a jump ball. Verhulst to inbounds for Oklahoma. And a hair trigger shot from the left side is no good by Zya Vann, but an offensive rebound and put back by Sahara Williams.
And Williams, pure power right there, got the board and just cleared space and went straight up.
Sahara Williams comes in averaging 16.3 per game. She had 16 against Western Carolina. Honorable mention, all Big 12 a year ago. Sahara Williams. Decorated players all the way up and down this OU roster. They are an absolute handful. They were picked to finish 4th in the SEC in their first year in the conference. Rebound and clear by Sahara Williams.
That was a good move by Celeste Blow. Just couldn't get it to finish, and a great deny by Yankin.
And kind of a telegraph pass by Raegan Beers. And Yankin finishes in transition. That was one of the keys to the game. Wichita State's going to make this game. They need plenty of those transition buckets.
Because that is unguardable.
Raegan Beers gets her first 2. She was almost perfect against Western Carolina. 27 points. She's averaging a double-double in each of the last 2 seasons. Last year at Oregon State, this year at Oklahoma.
And here's the dilemma. You can't play behind her. And if you front her, you have to pressure the ball.
Taylor Jamison with a triple for Wichita State.
Off the first pass, strong side. You kind of have to get the ball reversal, and then you have an easier option for an entry pass. That's a tough pass.
A lot of things Wichita State's got to do very, very well tonight. They're going to spring the upset.
And I really do think that not just scoring-wise, but on the offensive end, they have to use as much clock. They got to keep the ball out of the Sooners' hands.
Ancio with the bucket. Overplay by Jamison, but Vann collects. Now into the right corner, Verhulst for 3.
This tells you how they distribute the ball and play together.
And a average nearly 24 assists per game so far this year in their first 3. Shockers give it back. Nevaeh Tot making her 88th consecutive start for OU. Back in there. Now Liz Scott, number 34 in Crimson, checks in for the first time. There she is with an elbow jumper. Too hard, no good.
That was a good defensive possession by the Shockers.
Here comes KP Parr, number 2 in white. There's Murray, hooks it in lane and banks it in. Jayla Murray's first bucket. She comes in averaging just about 8 a game for the Shocks. And a Williams left side 3 is good. 3 first quarter 3-pointers for Oklahoma. And boy, if those are falling for the Sooners, I don't care who they're playing, they are going to make life miserable for the opponents. They're excellent from 2-point range, but those threes are just icing on the cake for OU.
Yeah, they hadn't shot the 3-2 very well in the first 3 games. I mean, Verhulst, who's already hit 2, is only shooting just over 18% from 3, so...
KP Parr misfires for the Shockers. Williams back the other way, wouldn't go. 1-on-3.
Boy, she gets in the paint, and that's a tough gal to stop because she has pure power and can elevate.
Lexy Keys triggers it in. A quick pass underneath and a layup and score. Beers with a three-point opportunity.
And a quick reversal, and even though she was fronted, there's just no way that you can one-on-one man handle her in the paint, especially if they are allowed to reverse the ball. The Shockers cannot allow the ball to reverse quickly, or she will continue to have easy buckets.
Fouls on Miyamuna Sissoko. Checks in for the first time for Wichita State. Beers misfires on the free throw, so she is parked at 4 points so far in the opening quarter. Sooners with their biggest lead. There's Breon White working on Liz Scott. Lost it. Williams down Broadway. Kicked to the right for Keys. 3. Lexy Keys has connected on Oklahoma's fourth three-pointer of the quarter.
I think offensively you have to use as much as the clock as you can, because if they're allowed a lot of possessions, I don't think the Shockers can win that ball game. They've got to be very diligent and deliberate in their offensive set and use as much as the clock as they can, unless they have a wide open shot. But I just don't think they can shoot quickly out of the shot clock.
And make a few threes. That wouldn't hurt either. Wichita State, as I mentioned, averaging 18.8 offensive rebounds per game.
Just limit the Sooners to one shot if they can.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Wow.
There's another
That's
three by Verhulst. The newcomer of the year in the Big 12 last year only had 6 points against Western Carolina. She's already got 9 tonight. That is an 11-0 Sooner run, and it's happened in a blink of an eye. Parr jumper wouldn't go. Nevaeh Tot back the other way. She's the quarterback, number 1 in Crimson. She distributes to all these Sooner scores, and there's Beers finishing with the left hand. She's got 6 in the quarter. Oklahoma has made its last 4, gone scoreless in the last 3 minutes. And now Oklahoma can hold it for the last shot. This is Raina Scott checking in for the first time.
Oh, what
Verhulst,
a feed.
Oh, one pass too many for Oklahoma. That had Harlem Globetrotters written on it. Been efficient offensively. 10 out of 19 from the floor. But the real key, Tracy, is 5 out of 6 from three-point range in that opening quarter. Yeah, they've now made 14 of their last 23 threes dating back to that Western Carolina game. So they're starting to find the range from there, too. They are a scary team to match up with. And they finished the first quarter on a 13-0 run. Jayla Murray not looking for it. An easy steal by Zya Vann.
Oh, great pass.
And up ahead to Raina Scott, who finishes.
And that's the other thing, is that the Sooners are also deep. They're not just 5. I mean, they can go 10 deep and then some. Murray
got a little space for herself and banked it in. May have cleared out against Zya Vann, but Murray's second bucket. Verhulst had a shot, didn't want to take it.
But look at that pass. That's just a perfect pass.
In traffic, too.
Yes, great catch.
Parr in traffic, left it short. Murray kept it alive, and OU clears. And in addition to being deep, Oklahoma can play just about however you want it.
Right.
They've got 8 players at 6 feet or taller, so they can go big. And they can bring Keys into the game. Nevaeh Tots, 5'3". They had one free throw attempt, no attempts by Wichita State. And she's 6'4".
Yes, and a long 6'4".
Yeah. Knocks in the second free throw. Miankin over Beers. Couldn't connect. Rebound by Verhulst.
We might have to start sending 1 or 2 kids to the offensive glass just to keep them honest.
Sahara Williams got stripped going up. Shockers back the other way. Jamison trying to weave through traffic. Does so. Maybe partially blocked, but got bumped. Jamison will go to the free throw line. Zya Vann foul. And Jamison was one of the chief reasons why Wichita State was able to pull away from St. Thomas. And the second free throw splashes in there. She's a Wichita native playing her final year here at Wichita State after transferring from George Mason. And we talked about this at length already, the first quarter plus. Tracy, you've got to, if you're going to beat Oklahoma, you got to take away something. And to your point, and Vann scores again. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Niankin, a good look for Jayla Murray, who finishes. Murray with the left hand now has 6 points. And a steal by Niankin. 1-on-2, splits 2 defenders, left it short. There's Murray. There's an offensive rebound we were talking about. Murray already with 8 points. Shockers back within 11. Oklahoma led by as many as 16 a moment ago, and that one crawls around the rim and settles in for 3.
Keys was smiling about that because I think she touched every part of the rim before that ball dropped in.
We don't see three-pointers take a tour of the rim like that and go in very often. Keys beating everyone up the floor the other way. So a three-pointer a moment ago, a fast break bucket there. She's got 8.
A great complimentary player to the rest of this Sooners team.
4 of the 5 original starters in there for Wichita State, including Niankin, who misses a knifing layup attempt. Rebound pulled down by Beers. Vann, a little free throw line jumper is good. Zya Vann got 6 points off the Sooner bench.
She is a nice-looking freshman. Smooth, long, pull up, can get to the rim.
Lead up to 18 now for Oklahoma, the largest. Not too long after Wichita State cut it down to 11. But 7 points in 41 seconds for Oklahoma. White fires and hits. Raegan White, her second bucket. Beers draws a lot of attention and can't haul in the pass. Good anticipation by White. Parr tried to draw some contact, lost her balance, and threw up a wild one claimed by Oklahoma. And a lob, actually, I think, hit the rim. Beers, though, collects, steps through, and hits. Raegan Beers has 8 points. The number 1 transfer in the country from Oregon State goes to OU. She had 27 against Western Carolina. White hits again. Raegan White, her second consecutive make.
And she just does a really good job of timing when she's going to post.
Vann turns and fires, can't hit. Good box out by White, kept Beers off the offensive glass. And on top of everything else that OU does well, their transition defense has been impeccable so far. Everybody hustling back to a spot. Celeste Blow had it deflected and stolen away. Skylar Vann in transition. Beats White to the bucket and lays it in. Skylar Vann's first couple. Preseason All-SEC. Closing in on 1,500 career points. Skylar Vann from Deer Creek High School.
She was the co-Big 12 Player of the Year last year. And she's relatively quiet tonight because she hasn't had to score.
KP Parr with an acrobatic shot. Verhulst with a 30-footer left a little bit short. Niankin with a defensive rebound. What Oklahoma has coming back from last year is almost beyond comprehension. 98% of their scoring plus Raegan Beers.
I know.
All 5 of their starters plus Beers. A 3 is splashed in by Celeste Blow. She's added that to her game this year. Celeste Blow with her 7th three-pointer on the year. Her first points of the night.
I mean, you have 98% coming back, and then you add an All-American.
Vann for 3. And you've got Oklahoma in their last game and a half stepping up their three-point game. Points coming in a hurry. Niankin tries to answer, no good. Beers with a rebound, that's her 5th. She's closing in on another double-double already. A step-back three, boy, if that went in. Wichita State would have had it driven through their heart that it was going to be OU's night. It still might. Jamison with a hanging jumper is good. Wichita State's starting to find the range offensively here in the last couple of minutes.
They've really picked it up on the offensive end.
Verhulst with a give and go. Lay-in is good. Her first 2 of the night. He's got 11. And Oklahoma shooting 58% from the floor. They would just wear you out. As Tracy mentioned, they are deep, they're athletic, and they never stop. Parr's had her issues from the stripe. Good-looking freshman from Waco. That one left short. Good box off by Kirsten Johnson. Here's Tot back the other way, the quarterback for OU.
And they're just so quick. The ball's up the floor, no excessive dribbling.
Yeah, banker is good by Liz Scott, her first bucket. And Oklahoma leading by 17. Shockers will hold for the final shot. 20-plus points in each of the first two quarters run up by the Sooners. It's either 47 or 48 for OU. There's some discrepancy as Jamison hits a buzzer-beating three for the second time in as many games. This was quite a bit closer than her half-court heave against St. Thomas. And Raegan Beers, All-America post player, was 4 out of 5 from the floor, had 8 points and 5 rebounds in a very efficient first half for her. Sooners had the ball first. Beers bullying Breon White down on the block, and after about 10 seconds, Beers Yankin covered up by Nevaeh Tot, and now Tot will rotate over and check Jamison. Jumper by Murray is good. She's had a solid floor game. Jayla Murray is now 5 for 10 from the floor, 10 points.
That's a really good shot for her. I love that shot. She can knock it down.
Beers is bumped by Ella Ancio, and she would become the first Sooner with 3 straight 25 or more point games since Courtney Paris.
The national championships, that's quite an outstanding feat.
Beers misfires on both, so missed an opportunity to get a couple of freebies. Beers just a shade under 69% from the free throw line this year. And she has missed all of her free throws here tonight.
And you know, Shane, the other thing that makes that even more amazing is that they have scores all around her. So it's not like she's hogging possessions or she's shooting majority of the points. They have scores literally all around her.
Celise Blow will shoot free throws, where the Shockers are 3 of 4 tonight.
Well, and Shane, you know, the Shockers have to be happy because, you know, that's 2.5 minutes into this game, and they've actually cut the lead down to 13 points. So that's a win. And
Wichita State has held Oklahoma scoreless for nearly 2.5 minutes here in the quarter. Blow missed the free throw, and Niankin almost snuck in and got an offensive rebound. And a lob underneath at the last moment. Beers turned her head. Jayla Murray with her fourth rebound, her second on the offensive end.
And that's what they need. They need some offensive rebounds.
Niankin with a little finger roll over the front of the rim.
She runs the floor much better than what you would think with, you know, being a power player, but she really does get up and down the floor easily.
Off the inbound, a quick shot by OU, misfired by Liz Scott. Offensive rebound batted around and controlled by OU. And not only do you have to sprint back and beat Beers down the floor, you got to beat her to the spot she wants to be.
Exactly.
Double team, kick out. Keys with a nice catch. And an angle three from Kirsten Johnson, who doesn't shoot very many, but another offensive rebound by OU.
And that was a really good defensive possession by the Shockers. And
Keys got plowed into and hit the three anyway.
Great hustle by Vann on that play to keep the ball alive. And then, of course, Keys nails it.
Lexy Keys was 4 of 11 from three-point range so far this year. Good, not great, 36.4%. But she hasn't missed a shot here tonight. She has 11 points on 4 of 4 from the floor, knocks down the free throw. And just as in the first half, Tracy, when Wichita State got within 11, it was in a blink of an eye that lead was back up to 16 or 17.
I mean, just like that, they had a chance. They had played really good defense, and if they had garnered the rebound, they could have cut it to single digits.
And an over-the-back call on Jayla Murray.
be disciplined on the offensive end, have the right people taking the right kinds of shots. I think they're struggling a little bit with that.
Zya Vann kind of out of control and maybe got bailed out a little bit on that call by Jeff Wooten. Send Oklahoma to the line with every subsequent foul. And that free throws off the heel. Oklahoma's only 2 out of 7. And the second one rolls in there for Vann. Shockers have 2 players with 10 apiece. Jamison and Murray both with 10 for the Shockers. And both teams' scoring has slowed down to a crawl for the first time in the game tonight. Verhulst with the steal. Goes coast to coast and hits from 16.
And that just kills you because that was really an unforced error. White really didn't have anywhere to go on the baseline, threw it away, and of course the Sooners are going to make you pay with Verhulst with the pull-up jumper.
Jamison in the land of the trees, couldn't finish. And quietly, Oklahoma has built its largest lead of 18 and now make it 20 and maybe 21 after Liz Scott was fouled and a bucket. Liz Scott. She is 6 of 9 from there this year and knocks it down. 3-point opportunity is converted. Liz Scott now with 5. This is the Sooners' biggest lead of the game.
Sooners coming out in a little bit of a press, kind of a run and jump.
Parr tries to take advantage, couldn't. And now Wichita State is in a scoring drought that is approaching 3.5 minutes.
And they've gotten good looks, just can't seem to knock one down.
And a 3-pointer in front of the OU bench by Zya Vann. That's her first triple. It looked like Wichita State had them bottled up a little bit. Jamison, a step back 3 off the heel, wouldn't go. Murray, a lefty banker is good. Jayla Murray has been pretty steady offensively.
Anticipated quick on the denial.
Vann traveled.
Yep.
Before any bump, she dragged the pivot foot.
The team's up by 22, and so, as a spectator, you can say, well, Coach, your team's up by 22, but coaches are always looking at the bigger picture, and 17 turnovers in, non-conference play.
Murray tonight, 12 points. Hasn't made a trip to the line yet.
A high-ranked team like they are, and they're coming in on, mid-majors. You have to have a different kind of mindset because sometimes you think, we can score quickly, so we try to do things that we're really not comfortable with instead of being consistent and moving the ball around. I think they've tried to force some things. But winning does that. I
Absolutely.
tell you, they've been traditionally a powerhouse in the Big 12. And you're going to have it on cue every night in the SEC. There are no give games, so to speak.
Well, to your point, there are 7 teams ranked right now in the top 25 out of the SEC. And I know it's still early, but 10 teams have yet to lose a game before we get to the SEC play. Blow left it short, that 3-pointer. Miss is 17th, Alabama 24th. And Tennessee and Vanderbilt both receiving votes.
I know. I think there'll actually be more teams in the top 25.
Comes Jamison in a hurry, trying another buzzer beater, and it's rejected by Beatrice Culleton, who checks into the game for OU at 6'3". Coach Baranchak was pretty adamant that
she's
there
still
was
talking.
Something going on, A steal by Ornella Niankin, who steps all the way through kind of an unnecessary reverse layup.
Exactly what I was going to say. Didn't need to do that.
Tie ball will actually favor Wichita State, so they keep it on this end. With OU in front by 24, early stages, fourth quarter. This is the largest lead of the game for the Sooners, and Murray throws it away.
I really do think, I've said this before, I really do think Murray needs to be more aggressive with the ball right there. She needs to look to score. She's got a really great jump shot instead of turning it over.
And Jamison, I think, got a timeout before Beers tried to tie her up. It's Beers' second foul.
But look at that, Shane. That's an All-American. You're up by 24, and she's still getting on the floor.
Trying to take it away from a smaller player and ball handler. Celeste Blow digging at that defensive rebound by Aubrey Jones. And a deflection by Celeste Blow. She's going to try to beat Culleton up the floor and draws a foul. Celeste Blow, 4 points on just 1 of 8 shooting. The Shockers, after OU just tries to grind you into dust.
Yep.
Run you up and down the floor. They're deep and long and athletic team, and it's working here tonight. And a fling over the shoulder by
Sarah
Williams. Yeah, it sure did.
That would have been the play of the game, I think.
Vann had it poked away, got it back, and in traffic, missed a shot. And a rebound and put back by Beatrice Culleton. She's also a Kansas native.
Yep.
From Overland Park. So she and Verhulst from the Sunflower State.
But again, that was just pursuit. She just wanted the ball more.
Culleton's first 2. She had 7 against Western Carolina. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
The ball's got to move. The ball's stuck on the left side of the floor, and Coach Ninner's upset about that because the ball never left.
And
that's going to be a tough.
Yep.
She was in
the restricted area. Verhulst really triggered that whole thing with a deflection of a kind of just a simple pass into the post.
Coach is still fired up over there. I don't know if she thought one official called a charge, but it was called a block and the right call.
Verhulst line drive free throw goes in, so OU is slowly and methodically built a substantial lead here in half number 2. 19-9, they outscored the Shockers in the third quarter. And they now enjoy their biggest lead and still working on it. Indoor 3-second call.
Shockers are going a little full court, try to turn the Sooners over. Great.
Culleton, another layup. Boy, she scored 4 points and had a blocked shot in the last 2+ minutes. 10 seconds now on the shot clock as Peaks has got to go here. Forces, left it short.
Good
Verhulst,
defense.
another rebound.
Yeah, great defense by Tot there. Just really Peaks couldn't turn the corner.
And regardless of what Oklahoma does offensively the rest of the way, I would imagine that Coach Baranczyk wouldn't want it to happen with much more than 20 seconds on the shot clock. Let's bleed the clock down and get out of here. Layup is good by Skylar Vann.
She has 16 points and 7 rebounds.
Yep. Couple of assists.
Yeah, she's had a great all-around game.
White with a long 2 is good. Lobbed into Scott, and White, who's over her last 3 games at Wichita State, really finds herself around the ball a lot.
Yes,
and that's no accident. She's got a nose for it.
Very strong. Quick off the floor.
Defensive specialist, too. She's found her offense tonight. That's back-to-back buckets. They kicked it in a high gear against Virginia and Western Carolina, scoring 95 points against Virginia and that 122 against Western Carolina. And that free throw. So Oklahoma will get to 4-0. Wichita State will fall to 2-3. And both these teams will hit the road for the next few. OU going to Vegas from here to play their next 3 in Sin City. And a steal and a breakaway layup is good. Liz Scott breaks the field goal drought for both teams. And the lead swells to 30. White and Sissoko playing catch for Wichita State. And Sissoko shuffled her feet and will turn it over. Frisky OU's feeling here in the final possession of the game. And Jenny Baranczyk is holding her hand out and saying, nope, that's enough. Sooner faithful rising to its feet here at Charles Koch Arena. There are a lot of Sooner fans in attendance. And OU will be content to dribble it out and win this one by 30. 79-49 is your finals. Oklahoma stays undefeated on the season. We will be right back.